Hello, my name is Olabisi Usedame from Hazen and Dawn. I'm here to help you understand yourself better, to help you heal old patterns, and to build healthier relationships. Today, we're going to be focusing on why adults can't say no. Obviously, it's not all adults, but some adults. Now, one of the questions I hear very often, and which is quite surprising, is why do I struggle to say the word no? Now, it's not because no is a strange word or it's a word that has not been heard before. It's just that there's a way the word makes us feel. For some people, using the word no makes them extremely uncomfortable. For some, it makes them feel strange, selfish. Sometimes it makes them feel dangerous. But should that be something that we should feel or experience? If I must tell you the truth, the feeling that comes behind the word no has nothing to do with that exact word, but the story behind it. Now, some people come from a background in their childhood where things were a little bit different. For example, disagreements was almost impossible. You were either to follow what you were told to do or not have an opinion. Now, if you come from a background where disagreement was perceived to be disrespect, then you tend to just go with the flow, even when you're not comfortable, even when you're going against what you believe in. If you grew up in a home where children were expected to behave in a particular way, especially because boundaries were blurred, and by boundaries, everybody was in each other's space. Um, Everybody was in each other's business. You just learned that keeping peace in those kind of scenarios was really the best thing to do. So you just went with the flow. Now, the challenge with such situation is that you grow up with that mindset of everybody being in everybody's business. And in a very interesting way, you also begin to be in other people's business as well. You want to help them. They just mention that they're worried about doing something, and you're already in their space wanting to help them. Now, personal space was not always respected. And so now you're also struggling to respect other people's space, and people do not even think you have a personal space because you are there for everybody. Now, in those environments, it can be difficult to develop a clear sense of where you and another person should draw the line. And when that kind of situation happens, when that kind of dynamic comes into play, you end up giving so much of yourself to the point where you are drowning, you are burning out, and you do not know how to rescue yourself from that situation because it was a skill you never developed. So, what are we going to do about that? Chaos, disrespect, abandonment, inconsistency, unpredictability, and whatever else you went through in life may have caused and stirred up a lot of things inside of you and caused a lot of uncertainty. And with that uncertainty came some nervousness, came fear of being abandoned, fear of being by yourself. And in order to keep the chaotic cycle going, you end up saying yes to everything. But the truth is, ask yourself this question: am I truly really happy to remain the helper, constantly the rescuer, constantly the one who is always available, the one who says yes when they desperately want to say no? Are you truly happy? Do you feel like you're fulfilling purpose? Do you feel like you are achieving greatness? Do you feel like you've accomplished purpose that way? I don't think so. So, what you want to start doing now is to revisit where you're coming from. Ask yourself, what was the reason behind my over availability? And retrace your steps, because it is not okay to always be in people's spaces. It is not okay to always feel like you're the one losing in a relationship. People should be able to fight for you in a relationship. People should always be afraid to lose you in a relationship. People should not always feel like they can manipulate you in a relationship because you don't want to lose them. You are of great value. And the sooner you understand and appreciate that, the better. Stop overspending emotional energy in places you should not. Why not reserve some energy for yourself, for your own emotions, for your own problems, so that you're able to manage your own problems and you don't keep shoving your own problems under the doormat? Exhaustion is a thing. Burnout is a thing. So, are you ready to take that step? Are you ready to move on to the next level? Are you ready to learn to say the word no? It comes difficult sometimes. At the beginning, it feels strange. It feels like you're disappointing yourself and other people. Haven't you been disappointed before? Was that the end of your world? Was that the end of the road? So why do you think that will be the end of the road for somebody else? It won't be. They will only learn that sometimes they have to respect your resources, your time, your space, your energy, and then you can have time to recover, to recoup, to manage your own situation and live a better quality life. I hope that helped. See you next time. Bye.